it's Shannon, aka QB Crossing, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be looking at different museum builds. So one of the most asked questions that I get is, how do you decorate your museum? What should I do with my museum? Or just people in general telling me that they're struggling with their museum area. So I thought that this would be a great video to pull together some of the best museum builds that I've ever seen for all different themes. So no matter what your theme is, I think you'll find some inspiration today. And I'm really excited to show these museums and get some inspiration as well. So as always, if you enjoyed the video, please be sure to like and subscribe, leave a comment, let me know what you think. I would love to hear from you guys. So let's get right into it. I thought that it would be fitting to start at my museum area. This is very, very humble. This is not one of my favorite museum builds in any way, but I wanted to show it because I do have Blathers still in his tent, and I wanted to let you guys know that this is an option if you weren't sure how people got it. I want to explain to you guys how to keep Blathers in a tent if you don't want to fully upgrade your museum and deal with that bigger building. For some themes like mine, that's more natural. I do find that the tent works a little bit better, but that's not to say that the larger builds or the larger upgraded museum does not work. And I'm sure we are going to see a lot of really great examples of that today. But if you do like the way that this tent looks and you are just starting the game or you're planning on restarting, just make sure that you do not donate anything to Blathers and his museum will never get upgraded. So you will have to donate a couple of things at first just to get Blathers to your island, but once he's in this tent, don't donate anything else to him if you don't want the museum to upgrade. But do keep in mind that once you place his tent, you cannot move it. So find a spot that you like. You could use your wetsuit to get to a farther back part of your island. Try to get a ladder from someone if you don't have a ladder yet and you want to put him up on a cliff. But if you do want to keep your tent, that is how you do it. So I won't go into too much detail about my builds because it's clearly pretty simple and I haven't done much. I do have this bridge leading to it, which I think just helps break up the space a bit. But let's get into some of the other builds. Okay guys, so for this first build that I wanted to show you guys, we are actually on a colorful cottagecore island, and I just think that this is so unique and I really wanted to show you guys because this is actually one of my favorite builds that I've seen for a museum so far. I love that they actually have it really close to the entrance, right by resident services, and they just blocked it off with some of this terraforming. There is 2 diagonal bridges leading to the museum, which is kind of a grand entrance, but it works really, really well with this natural theme. So let me go over here and show you guys a better view because you're just gonna be blown away. My jaw dropped when I saw this because it's just stunning. Look at that. The use of the 2 diagonal bridges, the water keeping it so open and airy, all of these flower colors, it feels just so real and beautiful. I love also that they are incorporating these Nova lights. They're making it feel really whimsical. All of the butterfly models just really tie into this museum area. The creator also told me that right over here is actually a butterfly greenhouse, and I love their use of stalls and codes. They're also using that loft bed over there, which I think is really cool. And then over here they have a little koi pond. So it is very nature focused and it is so well done. So I had to share this one. This creator just got on my radar. I recently found their account and I am blown away by how creative and unique their island and builds are. So the next museum that we're going to look at is actually on a dark academia themed island, which is a really unique theme. I love this aesthetic so much, and this build is probably one of my favorite builds that I've ever seen in the game anyone make. They actually turned their museum into a university. So right now we are standing at the front area where we are going to walk into their museum university area, but you can pick up your uniform here, which I think is just so creative. Up here, they are really using the in-game pathing so well. It works amazing for this theme. They have a little coffee shop over here, some bikes. I also love the use of that spooky fencing. We also have a seating area right here with the fortune cookie stand, which just works really well with this color palette. And look at this. That is their museum back there, totally covered by all of these simple panels. I love that sign right here. The class is offered on that chalkboard type look. That just looks amazing. I feel like that code was made for this island because it works so well. It looks like you could sign up for classes right here. I love the stack of books, the statues. It is just all so well done. There's actually a second level too that you can access over here. And look at this, using the antique furniture with the chessboard. This is such a classy university. I feel like I would not be accepted here, but that's okay. I still can appreciate and love it because it is so beautiful. Look at this over here as well. And this brick pathing that they're using on the second floor is stunning. But I would have never thought to turn my museum into a university. It's just so smart. I love what they did with those second inclines. It looks so grand. And I just think that this has to be probably the most creative build I think I've ever seen, especially with the museum. I mean, come on, Bianca, this is too big brained for me to handle. This is just so beautiful. So had to share this one. Let's get on to the next. Okay, so now we are on Mare's Elegant Core themed island, and I love what she did with her museum. So had to show you guys this one as well. So she says that she kept it really simple, even though I think that this whole island is just so beautiful. Nothing is simple about it, but she kept it next to her nooks, which I think is really cool. So it's part of this like shopping district area, which works really well. I love this centerpiece that she created with the fencing here and these bushes. The pathing that she's doing is just gorgeous. Excuse me, Dobie. And I really like how she used this divider here with the statue and the two benches on each side. I just think that this is really, really beautiful. If you are going for a more elegant core structured path type of island, this is a really great way to set it up. So this next build that I want to share is this beautiful island that is set in autumn. I absolutely love the leaves falling. I love the terraforming and the symmetry in front of the museum with these waterfalls, these little pieces of land with the flowers on them, and then two inclines on either side. It just looks so beautiful. I really like how they're mixing in this in-game pathing with the regular or some custom paths as well. Even the stone furniture works really, really good in this area. And on the side of the beach, they have all of their red paintings and sculptures. So it's kind of like a little museum shop and a painting area. It is just so well done. And I love the use of all the items and the statues and the art everywhere. It just looks so, so good. This has to be one of my favorites because it's a mix of natural and, I don't know, maybe elegant core or more structured. It just looks really, really great. And I love the terraforming here. For this next museum that we're going to look at, we are on the island of Celestia, and I am loving how natural this looks. So if you also have a natural or cottagecore theme, this kind of build would work amazing as well. I really like this natural waterscaping that they have going on. They also have two double suspension bridges, and they've really hid this big museum with all of these trees and the decor around. I love the different pathing that they're using. This little kind of picnic seating area over here, another little writing area here as well. You kind of just stumble upon this museum as you're walking around their island, and I really like that. I also love this little camping area that they have over here, and it looks like maybe a dig or fossil site over here with some beautiful terraforming around the museum, and that T-Rex just looks so good. They really made it fit in. I just love how simple this one is, and it fits in really well for anyone that has a really natural theme for their island. This next build that I want to share really stuck out to me because I've never really seen anyone do something like this, especially because this is a pretty natural island to begin with, and the build just looks really, really cool. So just to show a little bit of the pathway leading up, they have some statues already leading you to the museum. We have some fossils displayed, and then right in front of the beach here is actually where they have their museum. They use some of the Zen fencing and then those wedding pipe organs to really hide the museum. It kind of feels more like a castle, which is super cool. Kind of just like stumble upon this in the forest, and I really, really like it. So this is the build that they did, and I think it's a really cool way to turn your museum into something completely different. For this next museum here, we are looking at another colorful cottagecore island, but you can tell how different this one looks from the other one that we looked at. This island has a much more pastel, brighter feel to it, and I think it looks really great. I love all the waterscaping that they've done. It is really unique and natural feeling. I haven't seen anyone really treat their museum like this, and creating this little pathway with the land looks so good with the statues and the overgrown flowers, the butterfly models. I just have to show you guys the map because it's actually insane. Look at this creator's waterscaping. That has to be one of the most beautiful maps I've ever seen, and this museum really lives up to how beautiful the map is. So this one is just absolutely amazing. If you're looking for some crazy terraforming that is more organic, not as symmetrical feeling, this is definitely the inspiration for you. So really love this one. For this museum build here, the creator actually didn't do any crazy terraforming, any crazy pathing, but they actually kept a very wide open, airy feel and just did this huge flower field, which as you can see looks really beautiful when you open up the aerial view of your camera. It has that overgrown feel, and the statues interspersed throughout, the bird bath, the painting, they just look so beautiful. I would definitely love to frolic here, and I think that this is a really cool and unique idea that I haven't really seen anyone do to their museums before. For our next museum that we're going to look at, this is a forest core island, and I really like the way that the creator was able to hide the museum. They told me that they hate the way that the museum building looks, so they tried their best to hide it and make it fit in with the rest of their theme. They did a really good job. I mean, that view we were just looking at was stunning, and look at how you kind of just stumble upon the museum here. I'm going to open up the camera app again so we could see some more details. Look at all of the items that they've chosen. They just fit so well. The color palette is really cohesive. Both sides of the terraforming and waterfalls look so good. Even these scattered papers just fit beautifully. You could see an artist just sketching and throwing out those papers. This is just totally right up my alley. You know me, I love forest core, cottage core, so I think they did a great job of hiding it, and all of the cliff detail is really well done. The last museum that we are going to visit today is on this stunning European core island called Jupiter, and look at this centerpiece to start you off as soon as you land on their museum. I love how they're using the fountain here with the statues on either side, also using the spooky fencing as like a railing or a divider, leading you to the front of the museum. It feels really well done, and I honestly think that they've done a really good job with this theme because really reminds me of Italy, maybe Florence, like a museum that I visited before. Looks so beautiful. I also love that they use these simple panels to really transform the look and feel of the museum. So like I was saying earlier, if you want to really change the look, you should definitely take advantage of the simple panels. They also have some cliffs behind, which you can kind of see. They created another layer with the Zen fencing and the wedding pipes. It looks really beautiful. Even with this in-game pathing, the floor lights here really give it that realistic feel. Also, this custom code they're using on top of the stone pathing looks really, really good. And I just thought that this one was so well done, and I really like this theme. So I hope you guys enjoyed this too. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Let me know what else you guys would like to see, and I'll see you guys next time.